It used to happen like clockwork. You'd wake up, stretch, and there it was. That quiet sign of manhood, of vitality, of something still working deep inside your body. But now, it's gone. Quietly, without warning, and without anyone really talking about it. And maybe you've told yourself it's just age, that it's normal, that after 60, you should expect less energy, less desire, less strength. But here's the uncomfortable truth, the kind no one tells you. The sudden loss of morning erections may not be about your age at all. It could be a warning sign from your body, a quiet signal that something deeper is off, something fixable. Because while many men over 60 blame aging, fatigue, or even a failing libido, the real cause is often a simple, silent deficiency in a few key nutrients your body used to have plenty of, but doesn't anymore. And when those nutrients fade, something else fades with them. Your blood flow, your testosterone, your confidence, your spark. In today's video, we're going to talk honestly and without shame about why morning wood disappears for many men after 60, and more importantly, how 3 natural nutrients could help bring it back. We'll look at why morning erections are more than just about sex. They're actually a marker of vascular health and hormonal strength. What happens inside your body when key nutrients fall below healthy levels, and how a daily habit involving vitamin C, zinc, and magnesium could help restore the circulation, hormones, and confidence you've quietly been missing. This isn't about pills. It's not about gimmicks, and it's definitely not about pretending age doesn't matter. It's about giving your body what it needs to keep performing, even as the years go by. So if you've noticed that quiet disappearance in the morning, if you've been wondering whether your body is still capable of more, stay with me, because what you're about to learn might just change how you feel tomorrow morning, and every morning after that. Hi, I'm Dr. Jennifer Berman. I'm a urologist and men's health specialist with over 25 years of experience helping men regain what they thought was gone forever: energy, performance, and confidence. And if there's one thing I've learned after thousands of patient conversations, it's this. Most men don't talk about it. They might mention fatigue or feeling off. Maybe they say things just aren't the same anymore. But rarely, almost never, do they come out and say what's really bothering them. I don't wake up the way I used to, and I get it. It's embarrassing. It feels too private. But here's what I want you to know. You are not alone. And more importantly, this is not your fault. In fact, losing morning erections is often the body's quiet cry for help. Not because it's broken, but because it's missing something. That's what today's video is about. I'm going to walk you through 3 key nutrients that your body needs, not just to support blood flow or testosterone, but to reignite the systems that control arousal, energy, and confidence in men over 60. These are not exotic supplements. You don't need a prescription, and there's nothing shameful about using science to feel like yourself again. I promise to keep it simple, honest, and judgment-free. By the end of this video, you'll understand what's really going on and how small, consistent changes can start waking things up again, literally and emotionally. Let's begin. The 3 nutrient fixes that could bring your mornings back to life. 1. Vitamin C, the blood flow. Protector. When Ron, 66, first walked into my office, he didn't say much, just this. I'm not waking up like I used to, not even once a week anymore. He wasn't depressed. He wasn't sick. He just felt invisible to his wife, to himself. He missed feeling like a man. So I asked one question. When was the last time you had a blood test that looked at vitamin levels? He didn't remember. We ran the test. His vitamin C levels were at the bottom of the normal range, which told me exactly why his mornings were quiet. Vitamin C is much more than an immune booster. For men over 60, it's one of the most important defenders of blood flow. Here's why. Vitamin C strengthens the walls of your blood vessels, keeping them flexible and responsive. It protects a molecule called nitric oxide, which your body uses to relax arteries and send blood to your lower body. Without enough vitamin C, nitric oxide breaks down too quickly, and your blood flow suffers. That means weak circulation, especially in areas that depend on strong flow, like your pelvic region. And when blood doesn't move well down there, neither does energy or arousal. Ron began taking 1,000 milligrams of buffered vitamin C daily, split into 2 doses. 3 weeks later, he returned with a smile. "It's back," he said, "and so am I." How to use vitamin C. Form: buffered vitamin C with bioflavonoids, gentler on the stomach, better absorbed. Dose: 500 milligrams twice per day, with breakfast and dinner. Food sources: oranges, bell peppers, strawberries, dark leafy greens. Caution for older men: avoid cheap ascorbic acid. It can irritate your stomach. If you're on blood pressure meds, ask your doctor before starting high-dose vitamin C2. Zinc, the testosterone engine. Charles was 64 and proud of his career as a high school principal, but his voice dropped when we talked about what brought him in. "I don't feel like a man anymore," he said. "My wife's still kind, but I can tell she knows it's not the same." His lab results? Testosterone, borderline low. Zinc, very low. Zinc is the spark plug for male hormones. Without it, your body can't produce or regulate testosterone properly. And testosterone isn't just about libido. It's the hormone that drives muscle strength, mental clarity, confidence, and yes, spontaneous morning erections. But here's what most men don't know. Your prostate holds the highest concentration of zinc in your entire body, and without enough zinc, it becomes inflamed, disrupting sleep, urination, and arousal. Zinc also helps with sperm quality, immune function, mood stability, and even insulin regulation, important for energy. When zinc drops below optimal levels, and studies show over 50% of men over 60 have this issue, you don't just feel tired, you feel disconnected from your body. Charles began supplementing with 25 milligrams of zinc citrate per day. 8 weeks later, his energy, focus, and morning confidence returned, and so did his sense of connection with his wife and with himself. How to use zinc. Form: zinc citrate or zinc picolinate. High absorption. Dose: 15 to 30 milligrams per day, ideally before bed. Food sources: pumpkin seeds, oysters, beef, lentils. Caution for older men: avoid zinc oxide, very poor absorption. Don't take zinc with calcium, coffee, or fiber. It blocks absorption. If taken too much, 40 milligrams a day, zinc can upset your stomach or lower copper levels. 3. Magnesium, the quiet stabilizer. Tom, 68, was a retired marathon runner. He ate clean, stayed active, and even stretched daily, but his complaint was consistent. "I feel exhausted when I wake up. My muscles cramp at night. And intimacy? It's barely even possible." His doctors had told him everything was normal for his age, but nothing about his symptoms was normal to me. We ran a micronutrient panel, and boom, he was critically low in magnesium. This is one of the most overlooked causes of energy loss and erection problems in older men. Magnesium plays a vital role in over 300 enzyme reactions, including relaxing blood vessels, supporting nitric oxide function, regulating testosterone, helping muscles contract and relax smoothly. And here's the shocker: men over 60 absorb only about 30% of the magnesium in their diet. Medications like PPIs, blood pressure drugs, or even years of stress can drain magnesium levels further. That means your body may be trying to function, but it's running on fumes. Tom began taking 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate every night with dinner. 6 weeks later, he called me. "My legs feel light again. I sleep like a rock. And, well, mornings are back." How to use magnesium. Form: magnesium glycinate or citrate. High absorption, gentle on stomach. Dose: 400, 420 milligram per day, ideally with dinner food sources: spinach, pumpkin seeds, almonds, salmon. Caution for older men: avoid magnesium oxide. Poorly absorbed may cause diarrhea. If you have kidney disease, speak to your doctor before starting. When you combine all three, the synergy. What happens when you give your body all three nutrients together? Vitamin C protects nitric oxide. Zinc fuels testosterone. Magnesium keeps the whole system stable and efficient. Together, they don't just add benefits, they multiply them. This is called nutrient synergy, and it's one of the most powerful natural ways to restore healthy erections and vibrant mornings without medication. And for many of my older male patients, this nutrient trio has quietly changed everything. We're not talking overnight miracles, but after 4 to 8 weeks of consistent support, what they once thought was gone for good starts to come back. Morning wood, energy, connection, hope. Charles wasn't the kind of man who complained. A former Army sergeant and later a high school principal, he carried himself with quiet dignity. He believed in pushing through, no matter how tired, how stressed, how off he felt. But by 67, something had shifted. "It's like I've gone numb," he told me one afternoon. "Not just physically, emotionally. I don't feel like myself anymore." His voice cracked on the last sentence. He had noticed it for months. No more early morning arousals, a growing distance between him and his wife, deep fatigue that sleep couldn't fix, a sense of fading into the background. He wasn't depressed. He was disconnected from his energy, from his identity as a man, from his marriage. Charles had always believed that aging meant decline, that once certain things went away, they didn't come back. But after listening to his story, I asked him just one thing. "Would you be open to trying something natural? Something simple but consistent?" He nodded. So we tested his nutrient levels. The results were revealing. Vitamin C, borderline deficient zinc, clinically low magnesium, far below optimal. What surprised Charles the most wasn't the numbers. It was how common these deficiencies were in men his age. He thought he was broken, but really, he was just depleted. We built a 12-week plan around 3 daily habits: morning, 500 milligram buffered vitamin C with breakfast; evening, 25 milligram zinc citrate before bed; dinner, 400 milligram magnesium, glycinate with food. I told him, no gimmicks, no pills for performance, just nutrients his body had quietly been missing for years. He kept a journal. Week 2. Still tired, but I'm falling asleep faster. Week 4. I woke up this morning and I had something I haven't felt in months. He underlined it twice. Week 6. My wife smiled at me differently today. We laughed like we used to. Week 9. Energy is steadier, mood is lighter, and mornings. Most days I'm back. By week 12, Charles came into my office with a presence I hadn't seen in him before. "I feel like I'm plugged back in," he said. "I thought this part of life was over. I was wrong." His story isn't rare. It's just rarely told. Men like Charles, strong, quiet, proud, often suffer in silence, believing their body's decline is permanent. But so much of what fades after 60 isn't because of age. It's because of neglect, depletion, and a lack of support. And when you restore that support, not with force, but with consistency, something incredible happens. Your body remembers. It remembers how to circulate, how to respond, how to feel, just like Charles. And maybe, just maybe, like you too. Let's take a moment to pull back the curtain and understand what's really happening inside your body. Because morning wood, or more accurately, nocturnal penile tumescence, isn't just about desire. It's a health signal, a sign that your circulation, hormones, and nervous system are all working in harmony while you sleep. So when it disappears, your body may be telling you something is off. Let's break this down. Think of your blood vessels like plumbing. When we're young, our pipes, our arteries and capillaries, are flexible and clean. Blood flows easily. Nutrients, oxygen, hormones. Everything reaches where it needs to go, including down there. But as we age, those pipes begin to narrow. Inflammation builds up. The lining of blood vessels, called the endothelium, gets damaged, and your body produces less of a powerful molecule called nitric oxide. Now, nitric oxide is like the switch that tells your blood vessels, "Hey, open up, let blood in." No nitric oxide? No signal. No flow. It just needs the raw materials again. Think of it like restoring power to an old house. You don't need to rebuild the foundation. You just need to replace the frayed wires, magnesium, repressurize the water pipes, vitamin C, turn the hormone dial back up, zinc. And when you do, blood flows again. Hormones rise. Tissues respond. Not through force, but through natural restoration. That's what's possible when you understand what your body's truly asking for. And now you do. No morning wood. Testosterone also plays a role, but not how you might think. It's not just about libido. It influences nerve sensitivity, blood vessel tone, and sleep quality, all of which matter for morning arousal. And when your body is low in zinc or magnesium, your testosterone production quietly drops, even if your blood tests look normal. What's worse, magnesium also helps your body make and hold onto nitric oxide. So when you're low in that, it's like trying to turn on a light switch. But your wiring is faulty and the bulb keeps flickering. So what causes all these failures? Low vitamin C, blood vessels stiffen, nitric oxide breaks down low zinc, testosterone crashes, prostate inflames, low magnesium, Wacker's poor nitric oxide production, weak muscular contractions. One nutrient missing might slow things down, but when all three are lacking, you're looking at a full blackout of the systems that power arousal. Here's the good news. Your body remembers how to work. It just needs the raw materials again. Think of it like restoring power to an old house. You don't need to rebuild the foundation. You just need to replace the frayed wires, magnesium, repressurize the water pipes, vitamin C, turn the hormone dial back up, zinc. And when you do, blood flows again, hormones rise, tissues respond, not through force, but through natural restoration. That's what's possible when you understand what your body's truly asking for. And now you do. If you're still here, watching, listening, it means something inside you hasn't given up. And that matters. Because for so many men, the biggest damage isn't what's happening in their body. It's the belief that it's too late to fix it. Maybe you've been carrying that quiet weight. You've told yourself, "I guess this is just how it is now." Or, "My best years are behind me." But what if they're not? What if the fatigue, the fading, the mornings without arousal aren't the end, but just the beginning of a new phase? A phase where you take your power back, not by force, not by pills, but by showing up for your body with consistency, kindness, and the right support. You don't need to overhaul your life. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. Start by adding one small step: a glass of water with buffered vitamin C in the morning, one zinc capsule at bedtime, a magnesium-rich dinner, and a little less stress before sleep one day, then another, then a week, and suddenly, your body starts to remember how it used to feel. And so do you, just like Charles, just like Ron, just like hundreds of other men I've helped walk this quiet road back to vitality. You don't have to do it all at once. You just have to not give up on yourself, because your body still knows how to heal. It's not too late. It never was. If this video spoke to something inside you, if even one moment felt familiar, then you're not alone. Every week, I hear from men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s. Men who thought their mornings were gone. men who felt like shadows in their own homes, men who quietly wondered, is this just how the rest of my life will feel? But here's what they all learned, and what I hope you're starting to believe. Change is still possible. Your body still listens. It still responds. And it still deserves your attention, even now. If anything in this video felt like it was made for you, leave a comment below. Tell me, even just in one word, what resonated most. If you're ready to begin again, type, "I'm starting today." No one has to know, except you. But I'll see it, and others will too. And if you know someone, a brother, a friend, a husband, who might be struggling silently, share this with them. It might be the message they didn't know they needed. And if you'd like to see more honest, science-backed, non-judgmental conversations like this, go ahead and subscribe. Not because you have to, but because this journey is easier when we walk it together. I read every comment. I see every story. And I'm honored you trusted me with your time today. So wherever you are, however you're feeling, just know this. You're not broken, you're not weak, and it's not too late. You are still a man, still worthy, still capable. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Dr. Jennifer Berman.